Welcome to Fabulous Fridays. Welcome to Fabulous Fridays. How has your week been? How's your week been? Fabulous Fridays. Stop allowing people to talk to you like that. What do you mean? Stop allowing them to speak to you like that. Come on. Stop allowing them to speak to you like that. Stop allowing them. What do you mean? Today we're going to speak about stop allowing them. Stop allowing people to speak to you like that. What do you mean? Stop allowing people to speak to you like that. You know what I mean? Like that. Yes, like that. Yes, like that. You know when... Let me just set you free. Let me just set you free. My personality is one where I can either bite or I will just hold my peace. But when we come in Christ, we kind of like, we don't want to sin. We don't want to be disrespectful. We're just gonna pray about it. And I agree, you must not be disrespectful. We don't want to be disrespectful. We just want to pray about it. We just want to be right before the Lord. And we just want to be cute. I come to set you free today. Some people are just taking liberties with your life. Some people are taking liberties with your life. Some people are taking liberties with the way they speak to you. Some people are taking liberties. And you need to put a stop to it. I've just come to set someone free today. It took me a long time to find my voice. And some people might be like, you, Pastor Sola Dawkins. Some people will be like, there's no way. Because those that know me know that, yeah, I can bite. Who can't bite? Step on the wrong toe. Of course we can bite. But at the same time, I just want you to really stop giving people permission. Honestly, stop giving people permission. You are too beautiful. Your self-worth is, people will, I believe, this is my firm belief. People will only interact with another human being the way they've been given permission to. We have a voice, and in the same way, you won't allow a child to speak to you rudely without correcting them. I think there comes a time when you've got to let an adult know. You won't. No. Can you just stop that conversation? No, you won't speak to me like that. I don't know what and who has given you permission to think you can, but you won't. You just will not. Okay? And that's my conversation today. Stop giving people permission to speak to you anyhow they want. Do you put yourself in check? Right? Do you understand? This is awesome. This is power. This is God's child. God's my boss. You can't. I'm going to report you to my boss. Come on, somebody. I want to speak to you about that. Get your cup of tea. Catch you on the other side. We're about to go in. Fabulous Fridays. There's a reason why we don't speak up, and there's a reason why we allow people to speak to us anyhow they want. But I want to say to you today that it stops today. The reason why people speak to you any way they want is because permission has been granted, access has been given, and we've got to start denying that access. We've got to start standing up for ourselves, because it's taking you away from who you are. And when we allow people to speak to us any way they want, we start believing what they say. We start believing that that's the way we deserve to be spoken to. We start self-blaming. We start self-sabotaging. We start saying it's probably because this or because of that. But ultimately it's rooted in self-esteem, low self-esteem, and it's rooted in a lack of self-belief in who you are. But I want to say to you today, look at who you are as a child of God, as a woman of God, as a powerhouse, as somebody who God has chosen. Don't let people allow your past to hold you back. Well, I know where you're coming from. Yeah, and what? I know who you were, and what? Own who you are, faults and all. Own it all. Don't allow anybody to keep you in bondage, because you're free. Christ has freed you. But sometimes we just, oh, they didn't mean it, or, no. I don't care if it's their norm. You don't care if it's their norm. If it's not your norm and you don't like it, don't accept it. Stop participating with it. When somebody comes into your space the next time and abuses your space and speaks to you in a way as though you are nobody, that you don't belong to anybody, that you don't belong to God, and that God is not your father, your boss, your everything, your king, your Lord. No, this is what you're going to do. First of all, number one, when they come into your space like that, you just breathe. Don't react straight away, because it becomes contentional. You be a processed, integral woman of God, and you process it. You just pause on it and you get your thoughts. Gather how you feel. Gather how it made you feel. Gather how you interacted with the words that were spoken, or the atmosphere that was presented after they released their words on you. Process how you're responding. Process your reactions. I want you to first of all take control over how you're reacting. Is it possible that the reason why you don't respond and you don't shut it down is because you are used to being spoken to in a certain way that is derogatory, or that is, that puts you down, or that doesn't esteem or value you? Are you used to being in an environment where negativity is being thrown all around? So question yourself first. Number 2, ask yourself, who is this person to you? What is the relationship? Is it a friend? Is it a work colleague? Is it a boss? Ask yourself, who is interacting with you in that way? Just analyze who it is that's interacting with you in that way. I'm a person, don't react. Reacting is not integral, is not mature. I believe you go away, you process yourself first, so that when you come back, because you will, you want to be totally mature. Number 3, sometimes the way we allow people to speak to us is less about the other person and more about you. And I really want to, that's why I'm saying to you, process it all first. We've got to stop giving permission to what doesn't serve us, what we don't like. But I don't want to sound weak, I don't want to sound as though I'm being too sensitive. But honestly, once you process, you've got to know where it's coming from. You've got to know where the way you're responding, the way you're feeling is coming from, because it may not even be the person may not even be the root cause. The root cause may be something else. And that's why I say always just first of all before you release. But it's important for you to have a full awareness of how you are responding and where that response is coming from, because it may not even be the person that's saying something to you. So you may be lashing back at a person and they have no idea what it is they've said. They're just thinking, what have I said? What have I said? It could be a route to something else. How do I view myself? Why do I not feel able to stand up for myself? Why do I not feel able to say no? No. Why do I not feel able? Am I afraid of what I might lose from saying no? Am I afraid of my own voice? Am I afraid to speak up? No one's afraid to speak up. And no one is afraid to speak up. We give a scenario to what could be the response of us speaking up. No one's afraid to speak up. Everybody naturally knows how to speak up for themselves. But what happens over time in life, the responses that we have had have silenced us. And I don't want you to be silenced for another day in your life. I want you to stop giving permission. I want you to stop giving permission to what doesn't serve you. But ask yourself, why do I not respond? Why do I allow it? Because by allowing it, I'm not giving myself the respect that I need. I'm not giving myself the space to breathe and to be. Because now that I've allowed it, I'm consuming it now. It's a part of me now. I remember it. I'm holding it. And I don't want to be toxic. You don't want to be toxic by holding on to somebody else's release and throwing off on you. You don't want to be someone else's trash can. You got your own stuff to deal with. Stop giving people permission to speak to you any way they want, because you've got to find your own self-worth. You are God's child. God's your boss. Come on. When you constantly give people permission to speak to you any way they can, hey, child. No. You are doing a disservice to yourself. Well, how do you start? Well, I do mentoring. I do mentoring and coaching. Check me out. Check out my website. It'll be in the description box, soladawkins.com. I do mentoring and coaching because the truth is, it can take a while for you to find your place. It can take a while for you to find the confidence to actually stand up for yourself. Press yourself back and say, you just spoke to me like that? All right. You know when a woman does that, it's dangerous, yeah? But I just want to say to you today, stop giving people permission. Stop giving people permission. Honestly, you're worth more than that. And it's hard. We've got to stop compromising. Stop compromising on what we know we don't like. Stop compromising. If you don't like it, say it. If it doesn't feel good, say it. If it makes you feel rubbish, say so. If it offends you, say so. Don't be a child though. I can't deal with children as adults. Like when I say children, like those adults, like, oh, it offended me. Let's get some backbone. It's not everything. Get some. That's why I said analyze. Every step I've said analyze first. Go away, process it, analyze it. Anyone that comes on my mentoring program, one of the things that I like to say to them is ask yourself why you responded the way you responded. Don't ever, rule number one on my mentoring program, never make it about the other person. I want to know how you're feeling. I want to know why you're reacting that way. I want to know why you are allowing it. I want to know about you. I want to know about you because you're the one who's experiencing this in the way you're experiencing it. And this is what happens, but we must stop giving people permission. You are too awesome, too powerful. God has chosen you. God took all that time to form you and present you and place you in your mother's womb, to sanctify you, to ordain you, to release you into this earth realm, for you to give yourself over to somebody who doesn't matter, who doesn't have the power to make you who you're going to be. I tell you something, woman of God, you see I'm excited. I want you to know that you are awesome, you are free indeed. Christ redeemed you from all of these things that you don't like. You don't have to keep compromising. If you don't like it, say so. Stop giving people permission to speak to you any way they like. You need to silence them. Silence it, and use your voice and time to speak up. Because the dreams and goals and visions that you are carrying such power. You're going to struggle to release it, because the moment somebody speaks to you in a way that you don't like, oh, I can't do it, I don't have the, I'm not cut out. You are cut out, but you've got to start at home. You've got to start in your workplace. You've got to start in your family. I'm not saying you need to trail a blaze and start carrying on. No, process yourself first. Ask yourself, and you can evolve out of being a person that gives people permission to speak to you any way they like, in a little way. Start to respond and say, oh, why did you say that? You don't have to be, you don't have to come attacking all guns blazing. You don't have to do that. Anyway, those are my things. Why? What we're gonna do? Stop giving people permission to speak to you. Stop giving people permission to speak to you any way they like. And also, what am I gonna say? What are my 3 things? Come on, we know. Protect your eye gate, your ear gate, your heart gate. Why do I say that over and over again? Protect your eye gate, your ear gate, your heart gate. Because we've got to protect ourselves from all that we see. We are being bombarded with so much information, and we're human beings. There's only so much we can absorb. There's only so much we can consume. There's only so much we can manage. So protect how much you take in, because ultimately it sits on the seat of your heart. And protect what you hear. You hear so much, and it's like, how do I process this? Be careful, because as it comes in, it sits on the seat of your heart. Your heart is the bedrock of who we are. And I don't care who you are, you cannot be true to yourself if your heart is heavy. And so I want you to protect yourself. Have an awesome weekend. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. And I'll catch you on Monday for Motivational Mondays. And I shall catch you on Friday for more Fabulous Fridays. Have an awesome week.